take our body from a fight or flight to this rest and relax state that we need to be in, which is very important for so many aspects of our lives and hormones and stuff.
How do we do that? Let's talk specifics.
Sure. One thing that's simple that people don't think of is how we eat, especially moms and people fat, on the go. We're just like eating really quickly. We're not sitting down to eat. We're kind of mindlessly eating, or we're eating in the car when we're, taking our kids someplace. Sitting down, taking a couple of minutes. You're going to take in some deep breaths, count to 4, hold for 4, and then release for 4. Those simple acts get yourself into a parasympathetic state. And so it gets your digestion ready to receive food, which helps on, gut health and all of these things. So that's one simple thing that people can do just day in and day out. Then there's, of course, meditation, yoga, limiting screen time, getting sunshine first thing in the morning, just to kind of get yourself calm, because we're just a busy society.
We're on the same wavelength right now. The advice that you gave about the food. I don't know if we talked very much about my past, but I lost almost 100 pounds. And it's amazing. Really changed my life. One of the main things that I did, and I often give people, not necessarily the count to 4, out to 4. I'm going to start doing that though. But something that I recommend a lot of people do is very similar, is before you eat, one, don't eat standing. Mm-hmm. Never eat standing. Mm-hmm. Always sit down, relax. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting down, food's in front of you, ask yourself, what is it? What is it doing for me? And why am I eating it? It takes you 30, 45 seconds. You answer the questions and then you eat. And by doing that, it just calms you down. It relaxes you. It keeps you from eating so fast that you start to overeat, right? Yeah, that's an amazing piece of advice.
Don't eat with your TV on.
Okay, that's a good one. I do that one.
I'm always watching something while I'm eating.
I actually do that. I'll sit down, I'll have my food, and it'll be sitting there, and then I'll find something interesting on YouTube or something, and I will watch that while I eat. Is there a specific reason you recommend not to do that?
We tend to overeat because it distracts us, and so we're not paying attention to our body and when we actually get full. And so we mindlessly, once again, are just eating because our focus is really on whatever we're watching. So it's important to, pay attention to your body.
I can see that.
Yeah. I think that's great. Speaking of food, do you mind if we stay on food for a little bit?
For sure.
Food's my jam.
Yep. I like food too.
This is what I like. This is what I like to talk about. So, do you have any specifics as far as protocols, though? You're talking about not mindlessly eating, which is amazing, and I think that 90% of people probably need to do a better job of that.
For sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. But let's talk about the person that is doing that. And now, do you have specifics as far as carbohydrate intake, protein intake, vitamins, minerals, meal timing? Do you mind if we kind of dig into all that kind of stuff?
For sure.
Let's talk about it.
Obviously, protein is very important for a lot of reasons. But once we get into perimenopause and even menopause, women are 3 times more difficult for women in menopause to maintain muscle mass. So we have to make sure that they're getting enough protein, which can range from anywhere between 80 to 100 grams. Some women may need more. Your body frame matters, how tall you are, your goals. Are you trying to maintain? Are you trying to lose? So that can fluctuate, but at minimum, say 30 to 40 grams a meal is really important for protein, because that's also going to help you maintain your muscle mass. And we know that muscle mass is important for longevity of life. So it's really, really important. Definitely need fiber. Fiber obviously is important for digestion. And just a side note, with the way that we eat, we always should be eating our fiber first. Think of it as a brush for our digestive system. So you eat your fiber, it goes in and it cleans your GI tract and allows your food to come in and be digested better, to hopefully help with, bloating and constipation, diarrhea, things of that nature. With carbs, I like to keep carbs less than 50 grams, and then healthy fats, of course. So each meal needs to have protein, healthy fats, complex carbs, and fiber. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. You need to have all of those, which I did not get this morning.
We are speaking the same language, though.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important for our muscle, for our brain, for our gut, for all of the things. People wake up in the middle of the night between 2 and 4 a.m. and they're like, why do I keep waking up? And I'm like, well, there's two things that we need to look at. Is it your protein intake? Because your blood sugar, our detox starts from our liver between 1 and 2 a.m. So are you waking up at 2 a.m. because your blood sugar just dropped and you didn't get enough protein throughout the day and so your body's waking up? Or is it your cortisol's off and you're having a spike in your cortisol? Once again, that circadian rhythm is off. And so those are two things that I like to look at, but I usually suggest protein first because that's an easy fix. And you don't have to test for that, just
right.
Look, you are definitely not eating enough protein. Let's start there, see how your sleep changes, and then we can try other things.
Yeah, so you're saying 3 to 4 meals a day of 30 to 40 grams of protein, get you your 100. Very similar recommendations to what we do at the gym at OTG with our clients, with a lot of females. I tell them 100 would be an amazing number.
Absolutely.
For you to get.